Okay, so number 11. As for documents as evidence, the best evidence to be submitted is the blank. Is it A, documentary evidence, B, parole evidence, C, best evidence, D, original evidence? So, the best evidence, it refers to the best evidence. No? So, the right answer here, of course, is it is the original. Okay? It is the original. So, the best evidence to be submitted is the original. And that is in accordance with the primary or best evidence rule. Now, it is now called the original evidence rule. Okay, it is now called the original evidence rule. With the object, and what is that rule? When the subject required is the content, remember, it's the content of the document. No evidence shall be admissible other than the original document. Now, if we're talking here of the content, then the best evidence is the original. Is the original. No? So, what is the meaning of documentary evidence? No? These are evidence which consists of writings or any materials containing letters, figures, numbers, figures, and symbols as offered as proof of their contents. So, if a document is offered as to the proof of its contents, it is documentary evidence. And if it is documentary evidence, we need to apply what we call the best evidence rule, the original evidence rule, of the primary evidence rule. Okay? So, remember this. Remember this rule. No? This is in the book of Attorney Gabaw. And if the document is offered as proof of its contents, so it is documentary. Okay? Pag ang purpose na bakit inoffer to is content niya, documentary yan. Okay? And therefore, mag-apply doon ang primary evidence rule or the best evidence rule or the original evidence rule. But if it is offered out to existence na may nangyari or execution or condition, then it is object or real evidence. Okay? So I think I have example here. Yeah, the tombstone. Ito nasa book na to ni Gabo. Tombstone, yung encryption sa lapida. Yung encryption doon, the content of the lapida, of the tombstone, that is documentary. Okay, the encryption is documentary. How but the roughness, the thickness, and the description perceived by senses is an object. Yung existence niya is object evidence. Okay? Yan yung kaibahan ng dalawa. Then number 12, which of the following is the meaning of corpus delicti? Okay, which of the meaning of corpus delicti? Is it one, corpus delicti is the actual commission of by someone a particular crime. Two, is it corpus delicti is the body of the person who is victim of homicide or murder. Three, corpus delicti is the body or substance of the crime. So actually, lahat yan tama eh. It is actual commission of the crime. Yes, that is corpus delicti. Is it ito, very common. The body of the person who is victim of the homicide and murder, that's corpus delicti. Okay? And corpus delicti, common also to body or substance of the crime. So kung ang krimen ay drugs, then the substance or the body of the crime is the drug itself. If the crime is illegal possession of firearms, the corpus delicti there is the firearms itself. Okay? Kailangan firearms yung corpus delicti niya. Okay, next. So what is corpus delicti? In this case of People versus Hilario Nepomucemo, the Supreme Court ruled that corpus delicti is defined as the body or substance of the crime. Okay? And in its primary sense, refers to the fact. Ito yung fact that a crime was actually committed. So again, do not limit your understanding of corpus, body of the crime, sir. So yung body ng biktima, hindi. It is the fact that a crime has actually been committed. Pwede ba yung dugo? Yes, that could be a corpus delicti. Again, pag drugs yung kaso, yung drugs. Pag kaso ay illegal possession of firearms, hindi yung firearms. Okay? So those are what yung corpus delicti. 13. The principle behind the rule that criminal laws should be construed fairly or favored to the accused is because ito yung liberal construction rule. No? Bakit kaya ang criminal law ay when si construed, interpreted in favor of the accused? Bakit ang law natin always in favor of the accused? Okay? when she construed its interpretation. Is it A, the police is presumed to perform their duty with regularity? B, the prosecution has burden of proof, or C, of the requirement of the observation of due process? Or letter D, the accused is presumed innocent until proven guilty. So why is it that we always interpret criminal law in favor of the accused? Because of the principle of presumption of innocence. The accused is presumed innocent, the contrary is proved beyond reasonable doubt. So because of that principle, then in case of that, you need to acquit the accused. Okay? And any law should be construed in favor, interpreted in favor of the accused. We are always favorable to the accused. So that's number 13. 14. The crime committed by a public officer who will refrain from arresting or prosecuting offender in consideration of price, gift, and the crime is punishable by perpetua or death. So, remember this crime is committed by public officer who refrain from arresting or prosecuting the offender. So, ayaw niyang arestuhin o ayaw niyang arestuhin o ayaw niyang magpain ng kaso kasi binigyan siya ng prize or gift. Okay? And the crime committed is punishable by perpetua to death. So, anong tamang sagot dyan? Well, is it qualified bribery? Is it direct bribery? Is it indirect bribery? Or is it corruption of public officials? So, ang tamang sagot ay of course yung qualified bribery. Okay, ganito. Pag tumanggap ka ng pera, prize or gift, pera. Tapos, and you refrain, no? You refrain from arresting someone because of the money, because of the consideration. And that person who you supposed to arrest committed a crime punishable by perpetua to death, then that is qualified bribery. So basically, ano ba yung kaibahan ng tatlo? Ano kaibahan ng direct bribery, indirect bribery, qualified bribery? Okay, yung indirect bribery madali. Bakit? Kasi pag sabing indirect bribery, if you receive money by reason of your office, that's indirect bribery. Dito sa indirect bribery, wala kang ginawa. You're not doing something and yet you receive money. Walang kapalit yung pagtanggap ng pera. That's indirect bribery. Pero pag tumanggap ka ng pera at may kapalit, may ginawa kang krimen dahil sa money na na-receive mo, then that could be qualified or direct bribery. So, anong kaibahan ng qualified sa direct bribery? Ang kaibahan ng dalawa is, ano yung crime na na-commit? Pag ang crime na commit ay mabigat. Ano mabigat, sir? Punishable by capital, perpetua to death. Then, qualified bribery yun. Pag ang krimen na commit is hindi naman perpetua to death, then that is only direct bribery. Okay, for example, binigyan ka ng, you arrested someone for illegal possession of, illegal possession of firearms. Yung firearms lang yung simple firearms lang. So that's only prison mayor. And sir, sabi sir, huwag mo na akong hulihin. I'll just give you 100,000. Huwag mo na akong hulihin. Tinanggap ng polis yung pera, 100,000. Hindi niya hinuli. Anong penalty nung illegal possession of firearms? Prison mayor. So that is only direct bribery. But if the crime committed is selling shabu, that's perpetua to death. Rape with homicide, that's perpetua to death. At nabigyan yung pulis ng pera dahil para hindi siya arestuhin, tinanggap ng pulis, and that's qualified bribery. Qualified bribery yun. Again, kung ang tinanggap niya ay yung ang criminal commit is perpetua to death. Ito pala yun. No? So, qualified bribery, the offender is public officer, with law enforcement, so mga police, PDEA, NBI, no? And he refrains from arresting and prosecuting an offender, and the offender has committed a crime punishable by perpetua to death. Kasi pag hindi siya perpetua to death, hindi mag-a-apply ang qualified bribery. Always remember that, okay? Hindi mag-a-apply ang qualified bribery kung hindi siya perpetua to death. Ano lang siya, direct bribery lang. That will only be direct bribery. So, in direct bribery naman, the offender is public officer and he accepts gifts, tumanggap siya ng pera, and the gift was offered to him by reason of his office. Maybe chief of police siya sa lugar na yun. Alam. Okay? So, that's indirect bribery. But take note, may complication pala to. May isang complication to. Kasi pag yung bribe money o yung tinanggap ng public official is aabot ng 50 million or more than 50 million, 50 million more ha, then that is not anymore, hindi na yan bribery. Ano ng kaso? Plunder na. Okay? Kasi pag, ano ba yung plunder? When the public officer amasses, nakakuha siya, acquires, or accumulates ill-gotten wealth. Anong ibig sabihin ng ill-gotten wealth? Ito yung pera na galing sa corruption, ill-gotten wealth. Like bribery, that's corruption. Okay? At ang bribe money ay umabot ng 50 million, hindi na bribery yung kaso niya. Kasi medyo below yung bribery. Anong kaso niya? Ito na yun. Ito tatawag na plunder. Okay, plunder. Now, 15. When the terms of agreement have been reduced into writing, it is considered to contain all terms agreed upon, and there can be between the parties and the successor interest no evidence or such term other than the contents of the written agreement. Okay, ganito. Ang tanong dito is, there was an agreement. There was an agreement. So, anong ibig sabihin ng agreement? There's a contract. Agreement or contract. And that contract is reduced into writing. It is written kasi pwede naman yung verbal contract. Pwede yun. Selling, buying, that's contract eh. And it's considered as containing all terms agreed upon. Lahat ng terms and condition na pinag-usapan niya, nakasulat doon sa kontrata na yun. And between the parties, there is no evidence. Walang ibang ebidensya in terms of that other the contents of that written agreement. Walang ibang ebidensyang i-present orally. Walang ibang ebidensyang i-present orally to contradict what is written contract. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin ito? Is it exclusionary rule, parole evidence rule, best evidence rule, secondary evidence? So, of course, this is parole evidence. Parole evidence rule. Exclusionary, ito yung any evidence obtained from illegal means is inadmissible. Okay, di ba? In illegal means, that is fruit of poisonous tree. Best evidence rule is yung original. Secondary is yung photocopy. Yung RTC yan recital of its contents. Yung TRT. C is copy, the photocopy. No testimony of other witness. Parole evidence rule. So what is parole evidence rule? Ito nasa book ng Torre Gabaw. Parole evidence rule, when the terms of agreement have been reduced into writing, it is considered containing all the terms agreed upon, and there can be between the parties and successor interest no evidence other than what is written in the agreement. Ito, ang ibang tawag dyan is yung natawag nating oral evidence. Oral evidence. Okay? So, parole evidence, also called oral evidence, cannot be presented to modify, explain, or add to such term and condition. May example. Okay. So, for example, there is a lease contract. You're renting a place. There is a lease contract. Nakalagay doon yung lessee at saka lessor. Nakalagay doon na yung umuupa, magbabayad siya ng, nakalagay sa kontrata ha, 5,000 per month. 1 month advance, 1 month deposit. Okay, na yun na nasa kontrata. So that's again, there's an agreement, lease contract. Was it reduced into writing? Yes, make writing. And the duration of the contract is 1 year. 1 year yung duration. Tapos, sabi nung tenant, sabi ng landlord, wag natin pabutin ng 1 year. Ayun. Okay, after 6 months pala ng kontrata, sabi ng landlord, kailangan na nating i-modify yung kontrata natin kasi nga mahal ng pilihin ngayon. I cannot cope with it. So, pwede ba na i-change yung written contract by mere oral agreement, by mere oral evidence? While parole evidence will tell us no. Hindi pwede. Hindi pwedeng i-change yung nakasulat sa kontrata orally. Hindi pwede yun. That is parole evidence. Okay, I think that will be enough for this video. We'll continue in my next video. Thank you.